Would you like to be happy when you're miserable? Me too! A few days after my foot got chopped off, an employee at the rehab center looked at me and asked, "Why are you so happy?" I didn't realize having 2 feet was a prerequisite to happiness. I mean, have you seen how many miserable two-leggers are walking around? I figure I can be happy or unhappy. That's it, and those options don't change regardless of how many limbs I have or whatever life throws at me. I prefer to be happy, but how exactly can you find happiness if your circumstances right now are miserable? Allow me to share 10 strategies. Number 1, look for things worth your gratitude. Whenever I'm tempted to throw a pity party, I start listing off body parts that still work and haven't fallen off yet. It's an amputee thing. I feel incredibly blessed I still have one foot that can be used for wheelchair transfers, scooting around when my hands are full, or as a brake on steep hills. A usable foot isn't something all wheelchair users have, and although it'd be nice to have a matching set, reflecting on what I still have, as opposed to what I've lost, brightens my outlook. Number 2, humor is healing. I know my puns are lame, literally, but they help me, with the added bonus that they put other people at ease, because two-leggers can be just plain awkward when they encounter unileggers. Humor helps me accept, rather than deny, that something tragic has happened. Simply making a joke about it subconsciously makes me feel like I still have some degree of control over my life, because I chose to laugh, whereas I have little control over so many other aspects of life. Speaking of laughing, a good punchline gives a nice spike of dopamine, serotonin, and endorphins, all of which make me feel better. The psychology behind humor is fascinating, but the short explanation is that my jokes may be lame, but they make me happy. Number 3, have a goal or something to look forward to. This could be big or small, but seeing nothing exciting in the future is a sure way to deepen depression. I'm not talking about goals to walk with a prosthesis or overcome a health challenge. I mean goals like finishing a book, learning a language, or going outside every day for a month. You could look forward to meeting with a support group, a weekly lunch outing, a board game night, going to a painting class, or anything in between. So if you don't currently have something that you look forward to, I challenge you to find something that you can get sincerely excited about. Even if your health or circumstances are restrictive, the human imagination is endlessly creative once it gets going. Paul Smith was born with severe cerebral palsy. Unable to draw or paint, he used a typewriter to create stunning works of art. I'll link his story in the description. He's an excellent illustration of how doing something creative can give you joy and satisfaction. Number 4, go to happy places. It goes without saying, but it's hard to feel cheery in a gloomy setting. So I look for environments that lift my spirits. This could be going outside to a friend's house, library, or the store. Or if I'm stuck in the house for some reason, I can at least do a quick tidy up of the room I'm in and open the curtains so it feels nicer. And never forget that books can transport you just about anywhere. So if Narnia is your happy place, it's only a wardrobe. What are you doing in there? I mean, a page away. Number 5, surround yourself with good people. Studies have shown that solitary confinement can have a very real impact on mental well-being. When you're disabled, it can be hard to get out, and sometimes friends forget just how much you're struggling if they don't see you. Out of sight, out of mind. If they don't reach out to you, please reach out to them. Invite someone over for a visit, a movie night, or playing games. Having supportive people will help you feel happier, even when your circumstances are disheartening. And for the record, my cat insists that I tell you that she also counts as a supportive person. Turns out dogs feel the same way. Number 6, break negative chains of thought. You could do something happy, distracting, or simply something that requires undivided attention. Back in my two-legger days, I often worried about my special needs daughter because of frequent hospital trips and an uncertain prognosis. My thoughts would circle around the same unknowns, the same worries over and over and over again. That cycle was broken when I'd go to martial arts, because it's impossible to mull over this morning's appointment with the doctor when some guy is trying to punch you in the nose right now. Being forced to focus on something else gave me a mental break and made it possible to relax emotionally. Maybe wanton violence isn't your preferred hobby, but there are plenty of others with the same benefit, such as playing an instrument, doing Sudoku, or just about anything else that requires concentration. Let me know in the comments what you like to do, because the nose punching option isn't available to me right now. Number 7, music is healing. Some days when I'm down, putting on upbeat music helps. Other days, I feel the opposite. I just need a sad song to sing along to that harmonizes with my mood. It's cathartic and helps me get the unpleasant feelings out, so I can feel better afterwards. You could also Google music therapy ideas and see if any of them appeal to you. My daughter will sometimes write short, simple songs to express what she's feeling. It doesn't have to be anything professional, because the point is to work through feelings, not to write the next Broadway hit. Though if you've got that ability, by all means, go for it. Number 8, get quality rest. Life feels bleak and hopeless when you're chronically sleep deprived. I know, because this is something I've struggled with. I've had a hard time getting enough sleep due to pain, or staying up late to get work done, or just not being able to fall asleep. So a few months ago, I started seeing a sleep psychologist and learned some fascinating tips and tricks. It really helped me, and just in time. When other health problems came up, I was so grateful that I'd already retrained my body on how to sleep well, and it definitely impacts my mood. I'm considering making a video on what I learned, but I'm not quite sure if this is a topic you're interested in, so please let me know yes or no in the comments. Number 9, find a purpose that transcends your challenges. Mine is helping people, whether by sharing information or making you smile. Your purpose could be disability related, such as improving disability awareness or advocating for disability-friendly legislation. Or maybe your purpose is completely unrelated to your personal struggles. Your purpose could be religious or not, but it does need to be something that gives you a sense that your life still has meaning and is worth living. Sometimes it may feel like you don't want to live for yourself, so you need something else for those moments when you feel like giving up. Which leads to what's perhaps the most effective way for me to feel happier. Number 10, do something good for someone else. It doesn't have to be big. You could chit-chat in a doctor's waiting room with someone else who looks sad, lonely, or in pain. You could be kind and forgiving the next time someone makes a mistake. Instead of waiting for someone to come visit you, you could go cheer them up. There are an infinite number of ways to help others, and an infinite number of people who need the difference that only you can make. Heartfelt service is healing to the giver and receiver. I promise you that every time you do something kind, however great or small, it will bring more light and happiness into your life. All 10 of today's strategies involve something critical: choice. The miserable circumstances you're in may be outside your control, but whenever you decide to fight back, you're actively taking back a degree of control over your life. That's empowering. No, you're not going to grow back a missing leg or overcome clinical depression by sheer willpower alone, but your choices can make your life better bit by bit. Regardless of what happens to me, I'm still me. Whether or not I go through life smiling has more to do with my choices than my circumstances. If you're struggling, here's a playlist about hope and positivity. Whatever you're going through, hang in there and trust in the promise of better days ahead. Even if it's hard to see it now, don't give up, and know that you matter regardless of what you've been through. Life may not be fair, but we can still choose to make the most of it. I'm Stephanina. Thank you for joining me on my amputee adventures.